There seems to be a room at the lower bowels of the ship that has been very crudely marked with an X. But it doesn't give any indication to what's inside that room. It's one of the spaces of the ship that's left completely blank.
This part here, is it like right at the bottom?
It's near the bottom, yeah.
What is this room commonly used for?
Based on what the engineer said, it might be something like an engine room.
What does the engines work off of?
No clue. We've never seen anything like it.
What does yours work off of?
That is a secret.
Please, it's important. Is it some form of liquid? That's all I need to
Please.
know.
This is a military secret. I have no authority to reveal that.
Can I try persuading her?
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think it's not gonna work, no.
Unless you crit that, there's no way she's gonna tell you that.
I went to one of these villages to scout, and I saw some sort of containers. Large. Looks like some sort of liquid was stored in them.
Yes, I've received a report about similar sightings on the island. However, there are no valuable resources out there that we're aware of.
True, but each village they take, they seem to have some. Either way, that's not important. The important thing is that these things go up to the ship, and if they go up to the ship, and this is where normally ships store the liquid fuel, and they go here, this mark may be indicating our way in.
How does this help us? You think you can hijack one of these containers and try to get on the ship somehow?
She nods. We can get into these containers. There are several, in fact, stored in this village. If we're able to quickly and systematically wipe out the forces in this village, store troops inside, we can have a sizable force inside.
Since that is the only weakness of their airship, they've probably considered that option. Honestly, I've considered it as well. That's why I sent scouts. Whenever the transfer happens of these containers up to the ship, the window is very small, and the area is heavily guarded and fortified. However, there is something. It's not the ship itself. As you've noticed, it hasn't left the skies once. They deploy a smaller ship to take the containers up there.
So if we can't get inside the containers while they're being guarded, we get onto the ship.
Considering how advanced their technology is, I doubt there is a way to get on board that ship without them knowing. From what reports have been coming in, that seems to be the last shipment. In a few days, they're going to stop collecting whatever they're collecting.
Just to reiterate and clarify, they did make a demand for to have something that was stolen from them returned, or else they would destroy the city, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Have they specified what it was that was stolen?
They have not. The message that you saw flare out a few days ago, that's as much as we know. We have made no contact with them. Not because we didn't try, they wouldn't let us.
Well, I assume, presumably, they have aimed their message at the person who would understand it, so to speak.
I have my own suspicions about that, but that's not something to share with you, sadly. So we're gonna have to leave that up in the air.
Would those suspicions happen to involve the steel mill?
Roll me perception.
Don't roll a 1.
Her face is saying yes.
Alyssia just nods. She doesn't say anything, but she just nods as if saying, I thought so. Well, suffice it to say, I'm fairly certain they would not be satisfied with the cargo being returned anymore.
That is debatable, but honestly, I wouldn't trust anything an enemy says.
Well, the cargo is no longer intact. Not all of it, anyway.
Go on.
How much do you know about the president of the steel mill?
I know that he's a fraud.
Mm-hmm. And what makes you say that? Alyssia says with a smile that, says that she's not disagreeing.
The one in charge of the steel mill is supposed to be a leader, an inventor, a revolutionary. That is something the vice president is, for all his quirks and shortcomings. The vice president is lazy, a slob, he has no merits to him. I find it very difficult to believe that a man such as he could have achieved so much in such a little time. Without a doubt, whatever put him in that spot is something that he cannot take credit for.
Well, I suppose it depends on how you look at it. He did certainly find a different use for what he found.
Let's cut to the chase, tell me what you know.
Sorry, Iris is going to hold up her hand just in case she's about to say something a bit too much.
Well, unfortunately, there's not much we know for certain. But what little we've been able to piece together is that the president acquired something that is, shall we say, not of this world, and he repurposed it into... If I had to guess, I would say he repurposed it into that personal force field of his.
The president made his first huge strides over 20 years ago. The portal has been open for 5 years. If you're implying some kind of demon technology, that would be impossible.
Yes, it would, if that was the only portal ever opened.
I don't deal in speculation and theories here, only cold hard facts.
Well, let's look at it logically then. Why would whoever is on that ship pay any sort of attention to this place if what I'm saying is not true?
I do not know, and frankly, I do not care. The only thing I care about is that the people here are in danger, and whether that person decides to attack or not, I still have a job to do. And, well, wild speculation like this is hardly going to help me.
Well, it depends on whether or not you can stop the attack by giving back by giving them what they want.
Well, as I said, I would never trust anything an enemy tells me, so I will assume that no matter what we do on this matter, the attack will still happen.
Well, seeing as there is, shall we say, a breakdown in communications, that may still be the case.
She suddenly looks to the side towards you, Lucretia, and you, Horatius, and says, "You two have been quiet for, well, this entire meeting. Is there anything you wish to add to the table?"
I'll look across
Sorry,
to Lucretia,
I was-
see if she wants to. Yep,
I was
lots
eating
of-
Sarah things. I just well, one, I was talking at the beginning, but I just shake my head. I'll allow yours to speak. I have not much more to add. I look to Horatius.
All we need is to get up onto the ship, handle the rest.
By the way, Iris points towards a blueprint. Will we be able to get a copy of this?
You see that Nancy hesitates for a moment and looks towards Tina, who just nods. "I'll make sure you get a copy. However, this is a copy for you, nobody else, and you tell nobody where you got it.
Of
If
course.
they find this copy on you, I will deny any credibility and you will be trialed." Are we clear?
She nods.
I'll have Tina deliver it to you tomorrow.
Okay then. Thank you for your time.
She just nods. And as you guys are getting ready to leave, she just starts taking out stacks and stacks of paper and documents so she can get back to work.
Aggressive paperwork.
And with that, you, along with Tina, are led outside the docks. And the door is slammed shut behind you again.
Well,
You did rather well. I'm impressed.
thank you. Like she's all proud of herself because she got praised by that. Yeah.
Well, it would seem that the president has decided to bathe in cow manure.
I think everybody in this city may know he doesn't deserve a position.
By the way, Lucretia, as you praised Iris, you see that Tina looks a bit disgruntled. Hey, I helped too.
Of course, Tina. We wouldn't have been able to get this meeting without you. Thank you.
She looks very proud of herself.
Senpai noticed you. I mean, what?
Well, I think we're on the right track at the very least.
True, there are several variables to be considered, however.
There's no other way to get on that ship.
What the
True.
fuck is Logan up to?
But there are many ways to go about stopping this attack.
Iris steps a bit off to the side when someone mentions a Logan. It's like, we can discuss that back at the base.
I honestly don't know what to make of that man. I first see him, he's lounging in an indestructible field with a man's arm chopped off, and now he's just walking to guards and giving them extremely detailed plans of a ship he helped invade the capital.
Well, presumably has some sort of a plan.
Speaking of discussions, Tina pipes up. Nancy did mention that we could use some more allies. Shouldn't we try to talk with the other representatives that are stuck in town?
That's true. I need to meet with them, though. Don't really want to.
Yes. Especially the alchemists are interesting, I believe.
Maybe
You
I
just
should get new
really
clothes
want to learn
before I do.
alchemy. Yes, for your due diligent performance, I will pay for one article of clothing for you, and it can't be the most expensive.
Hooray! Teamwork, camaraderie! Suddenly you hear Tina's tummy grumble. Also, let's get food.
All right. I'll
How do you
pay
require
for
so much energy?
her
Easy, I burn
alchemy.
it.
I'll get you something to eat while we head over to the shopping area.
Good, because I'm starving. I haven't eaten in like 2 hours.
Must be hard.
I know, right?
What do you do with the food?
Looks confused. I eat it, you silly. What do you do with it?
Well, I of course too eat food, but I don't consume these amounts.
You're making it sound like I'm weird. Stop being so weird. Alyssia is being weird.
Alyssia is
Well-
always strange.
Does anyone else consume the same amount of food?
Tina just shrugs. And she starts getting distracted by the smelly food stands around.
I'll buy her something.
Hooray!
I don't have any. By the way, Iris is like, no one ever gives me an allowance. Can't even take out a goddamn vault of Noble Moon.
Oh, did I get any birthday money?
No. Because getting money as a present is a bit crude.
Fair enough.
It's it's kind of in bad taste.
I want money.
Yeah, that's fair. I already have. They gave me a spending amount
To
before
be
I
fair,
left.
you actually don't buy for her. Tina just takes some of her cash out and pays for it.
Oh, okay.
I
But
mean,
it's
she's
fine.
like, that's fine, I got it.
Correct.
I
Okay,
gotta
just go to
spend
Grandma
cash.
Klein and she'll slip you 2 gold and tell you not to tell the other kids.
Who she also slips to.
And
she
Grandpa
also
Klein's
slips to
gonna be,
cult.
"You're my favorite grandson." Then walks over to Lucretia. "You're my
You're
favorite,
my favorite
grandchild."
grandson. No, just
And just
same
keeps going
line.
for everybody.
You're my
Classic
favorite
Grandpa
grandson.
Klein.
You're my favorite
So then-
grandson. We're all women.
Are we going to be able to get us new clothes? What kind of clothes are here in Rippin?
As you can
Dress.
imagine, the variety is pretty big.
Dress.
Plus, since they have some,
I'm getting you a dress, though.
since they
Yes,
have some
nice.
amazing crafting technology, they actually have some stuff that you will never find on the continent, and it's probably worth an arm and a leg for the nobility there.
Get her a dress. Get her a dress.
I'll buy you. Actually, you know what? I'll buy you a very nice, exquisite outfit. It has to be a dress, though.
That's okay,
I
I got it.
have
And
denied.
again, for some reason, Tina butts in and pays for the dress.
There, now you have to wear it. And I shove it into her arms and immediately begin pushing her into a dress.
By the way, whenever you try, she deflects it. Like she's using actual kung fu.
Athletics versus athletics.
You know
Fight
what's
me.
gonna ruin the dress, right?
Don't test me.
No, I'm making it. No, roll athletics.
Jesus.
Okay, just choose to
Go
succeed.
away.
Nope, it's too. I wrestle you into the dress in the dressing room.
Ah!
There's a lot of.
As you are starting to leave the dressing room, you notice that there's a good crowd of about 20 or 40 people with blushes on their faces and looking very intently to see what happens.
Let go.
Because they were hearing strange things from in there.
Don't touch that. No.
I just drop kick you out the door.
Never gonna wear this thing again.
Yes, you are. When we go back home, you're wearing that.
Fine,
I say
it
as
was-
I exit the room as well.
Iris doesn't stand like a lady there. She's still got like a hand on her hip and she's like biting her nails, messing up hair and stuff. It's like, fuck you guys.
I'd start straightening her hair and straightening her posture. That is not how you stand like a lady!
You sound like Rohanna. Stop.
That's too bad!
PTSD. PTSD.
By the way, somewhere in the distance, Lucretia, you feel like you're receiving some silent approval from Ruhana.
No.
Why is he suddenly in the
Tina,
image of
she
Tina?
stands up between you guys and wraps one arm around each one of yours shoulder and pulls you in closer for a hug and goes, "Oh yeah, the battle dresses are all in tow. We got this."
Oh, I
Because
thought you
you're all
was gonna
wearing
do the
dresses
now kiss maneuver.
The what now?
The now kiss.
So I take it this dress is elegant and in other words it's long and down to my ankles.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Every time you walk, you have to roll to not trip.
Okay.
However, Lucretia,
Donkey
You.
sounds.
hear the sound of somebody that doesn't walk like a blunt.
Huh?
Kick? What, just casually in the streets?
Oh!
No, it's
No,
in
he's
her head.
contacting me.
She's hearing
Alright.
voices. Ring, 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 ring.
I'll mentally pick up the phone, I suppose. Hello?
Have you made any progress on our arrangement?
Yes, the person coming after you will no longer be trying to kill you.
That was fast.
Yes.
Roll me persuasion with advantage because you've been pretty straight with him so far.
Yes.
That was fast. Yes, it was fast. Good observation.
Oh no, I'm re-rolling that. Okay.
Wow.
15.
Shout out to having advantage. 1, 2, 3, 15. I can count.
Oh my god.
How did
He
you even?
seems a bit suspicious. You can smell the suspicion in your mind as he's telepathically reaching you.
She's not
Do you
going
have
to be.
proof?
Yes. We can meet in person and talk more about it.
What kind of proof do you have?
Shit, I didn't think you would.
I mean,
You
what did
have-
you expect?
Because your GM is a super nice guy, he's gonna give you exactly 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
What the fuck?
Out not being able to count.
I mean, Esper, why did you answer yes to you? Do you have proof when you don't actually have proof?
I do technically have proof. It's just the proof I have he's not going to like. Alright, so I'm just gonna straight up tell him her word.
Kick.
He's like, wait, she didn't kill her, did she?
Just you can hear the face palm in the distance. An audible smack echoes throughout the aisles.
He's just sitting there like,
It's like
Really?
this bitch.
Lucretia,
Seriously?
I hope my silence is conveying the feeling and the face he's making right now.
See?
It
It's an
is.
effective statement, isn't it? But
I just also remain silent, just like, yeah, and just after like 10 minutes of straight silence, I'm just gonna say, you told me to prevent her from killing you. You didn't say how.
You think that somebody that goes around executing people for arbitrary organizations is going to uphold their word?
Yes, actually, because boy, is it your lucky day. I'm actually friends with her.
Lucretia,
Hmm?
I hope that my silence conveys.
Yes, I realize this isn't the Look,
Roll me a D100.
wait, just because I'm not using the strategy you originally envisioned me using does not mean she's not killing you any less.
I am technically correct, which, as we all know, is the best kind. You're a mage, you understand.
First of
Technically-
all, roll me persuasion. Second of all, roll me a D100.
I am technically correct, and that is the best kind of correct you can be. No.
There you go. 1,
no.
2, 3, 4.
No, I'm re-rolling that. I have one more re-roll. Please don't fuck me over. Why is this happening?
Why did this happen to me? You made your mistakes. Now you rolled a shitty D100 and you fucked up.
God fucking damn it. It's bullshit.
Hey, Amanda.
Can I have advantage on those persuasions?
Nope.
You fucking rolled a 9, you piece of shit.
26 on the advantage.
I'm just straight up.
Suddenly,
I'm
as
very
the
straight up.
conversation gets derailed super quickly by the paranoid mage, you hear a buzzing sound in your head and feedback. It's like somebody gut punched you, only it was in your brain. Because the communication was cut off very abruptly. The next moment, what you see is Tina screaming to you from one of the side alleys as she's coming out, dragging the mage by the collar and screaming, "Ah, there it is, found him."
Kick.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, from what the reports told me, he's not very good with sending telepathic messages, so he needs to be close to his target. So I basically was snooping around while you were talking with him. Good job buying me time. How did you know I needed time?
I didn't, and please don't wrap me into this. He's already pissed off at me as it is.
Oh no,
hello.
right now he's not pissed off with anybody, dear. She points to him and he's knocked out and he has a huge lump on his head.
Is he bleeding?
He is knocked the fuck out, but he's not bleeding.
I'm gonna kind of throw him over my shoulder.
Basically, right now, Tina is very casually holding him by the scruff of his shirt like a sack of potatoes and dragging him across the ground in a very, well, shall we say, demeaning manner.
Alyssia actually just steps up to Tina. Pardon me for a second, and then starts rifling through his clothes.
No,
You find what you're looking for instantly.
I
She
need
pockets the gem. Thank you.
Okay. I'm just gonna take him from Tina and just kind of carry him over my shoulder. I'm gonna go take him back to the inn. Tina, if you could come with me, we're going to need to talk to him when we wake up. He wakes up.
I mean, he's pretty pokeable right now, but yeah, I guess we can use him as long as he's agreeable.
I'm gonna need to use hold person on him, aren't I? Alright. This isn't going the way I originally envisioned it, and he's probably going to be very mad when he wakes up, but I guess this is what we're doing now. And I just start heading off to the inn. I'll give him to Henri later.
Also,
Gift.
hey, incidentally, Adam, I now have a hidden weapon again.
Yeah. That worked out well for you.
Okay. Mine is
Excuse me,
slightly bigger
starts
than the boot
rifling
knife.
through his clothes. Thank you, goes away. I needed that, okay. But yeah, basically I'm gonna hold person him the second I see him stirring, so he can't do anything.
As you
Tip,
can imagine,
gag.
this small fiasco has attracted quite the confused crowd in the streets, at which point Tina just shrugs and says, mages, am I right? They just look at each other awkwardly, then back at Tina and go back to doing their own stuff.
It's a fucking dragon!
More like an ancient wyvern.